Joint pain after 60. Eat these anti-inflammatory foods, understanding aging joints, why they hurt more with time. Let me ask you something. Have your knees ever felt stiff just from getting out of bed? Or maybe your hands ache when you try to open a jar or fold laundry. If that sounds familiar, you're not alone. Joint pain is one of the most common health complaints among older adults, and there's a reason for it. Our joints are incredible structures designed to let us move, bend, and live independently. But like any other part of the body, they change with age. So what exactly is happening inside your body? As we get older, several things occur. Cartilage wears down. This smooth, rubbery tissue acts like a cushion between bones. Over time, it becomes thinner, less flexible, and starts to break down. Joint fluid decreases. The synovial fluid that keeps joints lubricated becomes less abundant and less effective. Inflammation increases. Our immune system becomes more reactive with age, often causing swelling and discomfort in joints even when there's no injury. We lose muscle, and with less muscle to support the joints, pressure builds up on the bones and ligaments. All of this adds up to what many of us feel as stiffness, aching, cracking, or even grinding in the joints. Common areas affected: the knees. Hips, shoulders, and fingers tend to bear the brunt, especially if we've had prior injuries. Poor posture or extra weight over the years. According to the CDC, nearly 1 in 2 adults over age 65 report doctor-diagnosed arthritis, and many more experience joint discomfort even without a formal diagnosis. But here's the encouraging part. While we can't stop aging, we can absolutely slow the progression and reduce the pain naturally. In my practice, I've worked with countless seniors who believed joint pain was just something they had to live with. But once we started adjusting their food habits and movement routines, many were surprised by how much better they felt. Because here's the truth, your joints are alive. They respond to how you treat them. And just like you nourish your heart, brain, and skin, you can nourish your joints. In the next sections, we'll explore what foods to avoid that may be making your joints worse. The top joint-friendly foods that reduce inflammation and support mobility, gentle daily habits that protect and strengthen your joints, and all of it will be practical, natural, and doable, even if you're dealing with pain right now. Let's take this one step at a time and give your joints the support they deserve. Foods that hurt. What to avoid for joint health. And now that we understand why joints get stiffer and more painful with age, let's talk about something that many people overlook: the foods that may be making your pain worse. Yes, what's on your plate could be fueling the inflammation in your joints. Let's take a look at 5 common foods that may be contributing to stiffness, swelling, or flare-ups, and more importantly, what you can eat instead. 1. Refined sugar. Sugar causes inflammation, plain and simple. It increases levels of cytokines molecules that trigger the immune response. For aging joints, this means more pain and swelling, where it hides sodas, candies, sweetened yogurt pastries, and even so-called healthy granola bars. Better choice: fresh fruit cinnamon or a drizzle of honey in moderation. Ask yourself, do you regularly have sugary drinks or desserts? How does your body feel the next morning? 2. Fried and processed foods. French fries, donuts. Frozen chicken nuggets and even fried vegetables sound comforting, but they're often loaded with unhealthy oils that create inflammation. Why it matters. These foods increase levels of advanced glycation end products. Ages in the body linked to joint degeneration. Swap it out. Bake, air fry, or steam instead. Try oven-roasted sweet potatoes with olive oil and turmeric. 3. Processed meats. Cold cuts, bacon, sausages, and deli meats often contain high levels of sodium nitrates and preservatives. These not only raise blood pressure, they may also trigger joint flare-ups. Risk for seniors: processed meats also contribute to overall inflammation, which worsens arthritis symptoms. Healthier protein options: roast chicken, baked fish, lentils, or eggs. Reflection: if you eat deli meat daily, how might it be affecting your energy and joint comfort? 4. Refined carbohydrates. White bread, white pasta, and instant rice may taste familiar, but they spike blood sugar and promote inflammation. What happens? Your body reacts with insulin spikes, which over time can lead to systemic inflammation, including in joints. Upgrade to whole grains like brown rice, oats, quinoa, or sprouted grain bread. Tip: your joints love steady blood sugar, and so does your energy. 5. Excess salt and preservatives. Packaged soups, canned vegetables, frozen dinners, and condiments can be very high in sodium. Impact on joints. Too much salt can cause water retention, putting more pressure on joints and potentially worsening pain. Smarter seasonings: try garlic herbs, lemon, and anti-inflammatory spices like turmeric and ginger. Eliminating or reducing these foods doesn't mean you have to sacrifice flavor or joy in eating. In fact, many people tell me that when they begin eating more clean, whole foods, their taste buds change and their joints thank them for it. In the next section, we'll flip the script and talk about what to eat more of: foods that actively help reduce joint pain and rebuild strength naturally. You might be surprised how delicious joint-friendly eating can be. Anti-inflammatory superfoods for senior joints. Let's get to the good part: what you can eat that actively helps your joints feel better, move easier, and stay strong. Some foods are more than just fuel. They're powerful tools against chronic inflammation, especially in aging joints. In this section, we'll look at 3 anti-inflammatory superfoods that I recommend regularly to my clients. 1. Fatty fish, salmon, sardines, mackerel. Fatty fish are rich in omega-3 fatty acids, which have been shown to reduce joint pain and stiffness, especially in people with arthritis. These healthy fats lower levels of inflammatory markers in the blood and improve mobility. Nutrition. Note: a 3-ounce serving of cooked salmon offers about 500 milligrams of omega-3s, enough to make a real impact. Easy ways to eat more. Try canned sardines or salmon bones included for calcium. Baked fish with lemon and herbs, or a salmon salad for lunch. Pro tip: aim for 2 servings of fatty fish per week. Don't love fish? Ask your doctor about an omega-3 supplement. 2. Turmeric with black pepper. Turmeric contains curcumin, a bright yellow compound with powerful anti-inflammatory effects. Research has shown that curcumin can reduce joint pain similarly to over-the-counter NSAIDs without the side effects. Absorption boost. Always pair turmeric with a pinch of black pepper, which increases absorption by up to 2,000%. Ideas for use: stir turmeric into scrambled eggs. Add to rice or roasted veggies, or brew into golden milk tea with almond milk. Ask yourself, have you used turmeric in your cooking? Could you add it to 1 meal a day this week? 3. Ginger. Ginger isn't just for nausea. It's a potent anti-inflammatory root that may ease joint pain and reduce swelling. Scientific backing. Some studies suggest ginger extract can reduce symptoms of osteoarthritis in the knee and hip. How to enjoy it: freshly sliced in tea, grated into stir-fries, or added to smoothies. You can also use powdered ginger in oatmeal or baked goods. Flavor tip: ginger and turmeric make a great combo, especially in soups or warm drinks. Incorporating these 3 foods into your weekly routine doesn't just help your joints. It can improve your digestion, brain health, and overall sense of vitality. And the best part: these aren't exotic or expensive. They're everyday ingredients with extraordinary benefits. In the next section, we'll explore more foods that nourish your joints from the inside out through antioxidants, calcium, and magnesium. Let's keep going. In the last section, we focused on superfoods that fight inflammation. Now let's turn our attention to foods that protect your joints from the inside out, especially those rich in antioxidants, calcium, and magnesium. These nutrients don't just reduce pain, they help maintain the structure of your bones, cartilage, and connective tissue. Let's look at 3 key foods every senior should consider adding to their weekly menu. 4 berries. Blueberries. Strawberries. Raspberries. Berries are small but mighty. They're loaded with antioxidants like anthocyanins, which fight oxidative stress, a major contributor to joint damage and cartilage breakdown. Research insight: regular consumption of berries may reduce inflammation markers like CRP, C-reactive protein, in older adults. Simple serving ideas: add a handful to your breakfast oatmeal. Blend into smoothies or enjoy with a dollop of Greek yogurt. Personal tip: keep frozen berries on hand. They're just as nutritious as fresh and last much longer. 5. Leafy greens. Spinach. Kale. Swiss chard. Leafy greens are rich in vitamin K, which helps with calcium absorption and plays a direct role in joint and bone strength. They're also a source of magnesium, which supports muscle function and flexibility. Benefits for seniors: regular intake may help prevent joint deterioration and bone thinning. Ways to enjoy: sauté spinach with garlic, add kale to soups, or blend a few leaves into a smoothie. Reflection. Are leafy greens part of your weekly grocery list? Could you aim to eat them at least 3-4 times a week? 6 walnuts and chia seeds. Both walnuts and chia seeds are packed with plant-based omega-3s and magnesium, making them excellent for joint support. Bonus, they also contain fiber, which supports gut health, increasingly linked to inflammation control. How to use them. Sprinkle chia seeds on yogurt or oatmeal. Add walnuts to salads, baked goods, or enjoy a small handful as a snack. Quick note, always store walnuts in the fridge or freezer to preserve their healthy oils. Together, these 3 foods help protect your joints long-term. They're colorful, versatile, and easy to add to meals you already enjoy. In our next section, we'll move into foods that go even deeper, helping to rebuild and lubricate joints for lasting comfort and strength. We're just getting started. Rebuilding and lubricating joint foods. We've covered anti-inflammatory and antioxidant-rich foods. Now it's time to talk about foods that help rebuild and lubricate your joints. These options nourish the tissues that cushion your joints and help maintain their smooth, pain-free movement. Let's look at 2 of the most powerful joint-supporting foods in this category. 7. Bone broth. Bone broth is a natural source of collagen, gelatin, and amino acids like proline and glycine, all of which are essential for joint repair. It also contains small amounts of glucosamine and chondroitin nutrients commonly found in joint supplements. What it does helps support cartilage, improve joint lubrication, and may ease stiffness. How to enjoy it. Sip it warm like tea, use as a base for soups and stews, or cook grains like quinoa in it for extra nutrition. Tip: homemade is great, but many stores now carry slow-simmered versions with no additives. 8. Extra virgin olive oil. Olive oil isn't just heart-healthy. It's a natural anti-inflammatory that may also help reduce joint pain and stiffness. Why it works: rich in oleocanthal, a compound that works similarly to ibuprofen in reducing inflammation. How to use it. Drizzle over vegetables, use as a base for salad dressings, or cook lightly with it. Storage tip. Keep olive oil in a cool, dark place to preserve its nutrients. When you combine these foods with those we discussed earlier, from berries to greens to salmon, you're giving your joints the full spectrum of nutrients they need to stay strong and flexible. Coming up next, we'll explore natural supplements that can give your joints a little extra boost when food alone isn't quite enough. Stay with me, you're doing great. Natural supplements for joint support. Now that we've gone through joint-supporting foods, let's talk about natural supplements, because sometimes food alone isn't quite enough. While I always recommend starting with what's on your plate, there are times when your body may need a little extra help, especially if your joints are already inflamed or damaged. So let's look at 6 well-researched natural supplements that may help reduce joint pain, improve mobility, and support long-term joint health in seniors. 1. Glucosamine sulfate. This compound occurs naturally in cartilage, and many studies show it may slow joint degradation, particularly in the knees. Suggested use: 500 mg daily. Best for osteoarthritis cartilage, where note: choose the sulfate form over hydrochloride for better absorption. 2. Chondroitin, often combined with glucosamine. This substance may help retain water in cartilage and reduce stiffness. Suggested use: 200 mg daily. Potential benefit: improved flexibility and joint cushioning. 3. MSM methylsulfonylmethane, a sulfur-based compound that may reduce pain, swelling, and joint degeneration. Use tip: often found in combination formulas with glucosamine and chondroitin. Bonus: may also support skin and hair health. 4. Collagen peptides. As we age, natural collagen production decreases. Supplementing may help strengthen joint structures, tendons, and skin. Best type: hydrolyzed collagen. Type 2 is most joint-specific ways to take powder added to tea, coffee, or smoothies. 5. Boswellia serrata, Indian frankincense. This herbal extract has been used for centuries to reduce inflammation. What it does: blocks leukotrienes, inflammation triggers. Recommended use: 100-250 mg 2-3 times daily. 6. Vitamin D3 plus K2. Essential for calcium absorption and bone health. Many seniors are deficient in D3, especially in winter months. Why K2 matters: helps direct calcium to the bones, not joints or arteries. Best forms: D3 cholecalciferol and MK7 for K2. Important reminders: Always consult your doctor before starting any supplement. Look for third-party tested products with clean ingredient lists. Supplements are meant to support, not replace, a nutrient-rich diet. In the next section, we'll explore daily lifestyle tips to reduce joint stress and support long-term mobility. Small changes can bring big relief. Let's keep going. Lifestyle tips to protect and strengthen your joints. You've learned what to eat and what to avoid, but let's not forget one of the most important parts of joint care: how you live day to day. Your daily habits can either support your joints or wear them down. The good news: even small adjustments can have a big impact. Here are my top lifestyle tips for keeping your joints flexible, strong, and pain-free, no matter your age. 1. Keep moving gently and consistently. Joints love movement. Without it, they stiffen up, but too much impact can worsen. Wear and tear best exercises: walking, swimming, tai chi, and light yoga. Frequency: aim for 20-30 minutes 4-5 days a week. Tips: start with 5-10 minutes and build up slowly. Consistency is more important than intensity. 2. Avoid sitting or standing too long. Holding one position for hours puts stress on knees, hips, and back. Set a timer. Every 30-45 minutes stretch or take a short walk. At home, try seated leg lifts or gentle ankle rolls if mobility is limited. 3. Maintain a healthy weight. Excess weight adds pressure to joints, especially the knees and hips. Fact: every 10 pounds of extra weight adds about 30-40 pounds of pressure on your knees. Start simple. Focus on whole foods, smaller portions, and regular movement. 4. Stay hydrated. Water helps keep your joints lubricated and your tissues elastic. How much? 6-8 cups a day, more if you're active or in warm climates. Pro tip: start your morning with a glass of water before coffee or tea. 5. Mind your posture. Poor posture throws your alignment off and puts uneven stress on your joints. Practice: sit up, tall shoulders, relaxed feet flat on the floor. Bonus: use a lumbar support pillow if you sit for long periods. 6. Warm up before movement. Whether you're gardening or going for a walk, warm up first. Why it matters: cold joints are stiff and prone to injury. Ideas: march in place, roll your shoulders, do gentle arm swings. 7. Dress for joint protection. Cold, damp weather can trigger joint stiffness in many people. Wear compression gloves, knee warmers, and supportive shoes. At home, keep your living space warm and use blankets on cool mornings. Remember, your joints respond to care, attention, and movement. You don't need perfection, just a commitment to move, hydrate, and treat your body with respect. In our final section, I'll help you tie everything together and offer one last word of encouragement. You're doing great. Let's finish strong. Recap and real-life advice from William Johnson. You made it, and I'm proud of you. Taking care of your joints is one of the most powerful gifts you can give your future self. Whether you're managing pain today or hoping to prevent issues down the road, what you choose to eat and how you choose to move makes a real difference. Let's recap what we've covered in this series. What you can do next: add one joint-supportive food to your meals this week. Remove one inflammatory trigger food. Move your body daily, even if it's just a 10-minute walk. Drink more water. Sleep better. Stretch often. You don't need to overhaul everything. You just need momentum. One choice today leads to another tomorrow. Words from experience. Over the years, I've worked with many older adults who came in thinking joint pain was just something they had to live with. But the truth is, once they started giving their joints what they needed, everything changed. Less pain, better sleep, more mobility, greater confidence. This isn't about chasing youth. It's about preserving freedom. So here's my final thought. You are not too old to feel better. You are not too far gone to heal. Your joints are still listening. Let's feed them well, move them kindly, and give them the care they deserve. Thank you for joining me. If you've learned something helpful, pass it along to someone you love. We're all in this together. Stay strong, stay steady, and I'll see you in the next video.